Are you serious, guys? Are you serious? You know, last night on our live broadcast, we talked about several, the plane crash in Alaska, the plane crash in Philadelphia, the horrible helicopter plane crash, head-on collision, or mid-air collision in Washington, and then the train crashes and the bus crashes around the world. And you think to yourself, it just can't get any worse. But it did. And I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. Let me put a shout out right now for thehealthyfat.com/Paul. Thehealthyfat.com/Paul. It turns out the key to losing weight and keeping it off is not carbs, guys, or fat, or even probiotic-rich foods. No, the end game of having a healthy weight, as well as more energy and long, healthy life, comes down to a specific switch that you can flip in your body to flush out those unnecessary calories. Dr. Stephen Gundry calls this the caloric bypass. And by activating this specific process in your body, he has seen thousands, and I mean thousands of people dramatically improve their health even at age 50 and above. Matter of fact, this includes losing weight, getting tons more energy, returning to the good health they had in their youthful glow when they were living and feeling better. Obviously, age makes a difference, but you can change that by improving your digestion and strong. If you will do this, click on the link below this video. Dr. Stephen Gundry lost 70 pounds and has kept it off over the last 20 years doing this research and doing this, learning this tremendous information. So here's what you should do. Go right now to click on the link below the video to thehealthyfat.com/Paul. That's thehealthyfat.com/Paul. You'll be really glad that you did. It's just a remarkable situation. All right. So I need you to pray. I mean, there is some, I'm stunned that there's all over the world that different types of crashes can take the lives of so many people at once, especially bus crashes. And this seems to be getting way and way worse, more than we've ever heard of before, really. And this happened in Guatemala, guys. It happened today, a terrible bus crash that has claimed the lives of 51 people. Actually, right there behind me, that's an actual photo of the bus. 51 people are dead. It happened in Guatemala City, Guatemala, today, when a bus crashed through the guardrail and plunged into a ravine. According to rescuers, it is one of the worst road accidents in Latin American history. The fire department said the bodies of 51 people were retrieved from the wreckage of the bus, which was carrying more than 70 people, when it crashed off a bridge into the river contaminated with effluent. Now, Victor Gomez said from the volunteer fire department group that was involved in the rescue effort, confirmed there were 51 bodies that were pulled from the wreckage. Rescuers have already managed to extract 10 injured people from the wreckage, and the Guatemalan president has expressed extreme sorrow over the tragedy and declared a very unspecific period of national mourning. This is so bad. Today's a very difficult day for us here in Guatemala, he said. The fire department said the driver lost control of the bus, collided with several small vehicles before plunging over the rail into the ravine. And then the bus kept going, broke through a metal railing, and fell into the ravine 65 feet deep until it reached a sewage contaminated river. According to the images by satellite, it showed lines of firefighters passing bodies they were pulling from the murky waters, which were filled with trash, up a slope on stretchers. According to the local media, the bus was traveling to Guatemala City from the town of San Agustin. And Communications Minister Miguel Angel Diaz said that the initial investigation showed that the bus was 30 years old, but still had a license to operate. He said that the cause of this early morning accident is still unknown. Maybe the bus lost, maybe the brakes went out, maybe the driver fell asleep. It was early in the morning. But the investigators are looking into whether the bus was overloaded, as it had over 70 some passengers on it. Road accidents, bus accidents is something that has plagued Central and South America over the years. Back in January of 2018, 52 people were killed in a bus crash in Peru that went off the cliff. I remember covering that. And then in 2015, 54 people were killed in Brazil when a bus crashed in the southern state of Santa Catarina. And I remember covering that also. And here we are again now, this time 51, Guatemala. So pray for and there's a lot of injured people, okay? A lot of injured people. We don't know how severe those injuries are, but you got 20-some people hurt, and some of them very, very serious, no doubt. So a lot of prayers going up for these families of these survivors and for the survivors, okay, in this very tragic situation that has just happened this morning in Guatemala. And the reason I'm talking about this, of course, obviously it's a massive tragedy, but these things keep happening. And plane crashes. Matter of fact, there was a plane that crashed this morning in California, but miraculously, it was a single engine plane with only the pilot flying it, and he crashed in an almond grove in California, and he walked away. He walked away. Miraculous situation there, and that happened in California this morning. But, planes keep falling out of the sky, it seems like. We're having plane crashes. We're having train crashes. We're having bus crashes. And we're even having boats capsizing and turning over. And this happens a lot, especially off the coast of Italy and Greece and Turkey, and sometimes, off the coast of Somalia. You got a lot of migrants that are trying to leave Africa, going across the Mediterranean, and they're trying to get to Italy or maybe to Greece, and then they capsize or over full of people, or ferry boats, sometimes in India or in Pakistan, where they're just way overfilled, and then bad weather, waves coming, and they capsize, and this happens a lot. So again, just praying for all the people. We just recently had this terrible crash in Washington with the 67 people died when the plane mid-air collision with an Army helicopter, a Black Hawk helicopter. And that helicopter, ironically, was the Doomsday helicopter. In other words, if there's a massive attack on our nation's capital, this is a helicopter that would fly in and get maybe the surviving dignitaries and get them out of there to maintain the government. So it's called a Doomsday helicopter. So it's totally prepared for critical moments, and it crashed mid-air with a passenger jet, which is just still, to me, insanely impossible. And I still think there was some kind of sabotage involved. But we're dealing with a lot. Remember South Korea? They just had one of their planes crash, killing like 260 some people. So these things are happening, although air travel is still the safest way to travel, no doubt about it. Percentage-wise, you have absolutely tremendous safety on planes in comparison to automobiles and buses and things like that. But still, I want you to pray about these folks in Guatemala, and it's very disturbing. And our hearts go out to these people. We'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. I know right now America is on edge. There's chaos in Washington right now over the Doge, the findings. It's really, The Democrats are saying that we're having a constitutional crisis, but I don't think so. I think the real problem is, I don't believe that at all. It's everything that's going on is constitutionally acceptable. It just, there's been so many years since anybody's even looked to see where all the money's been going. We got a crisis, all right. It's not constitutional. It's corruption at the highest levels that's been going on for absolutely insane long time. It's been the absolute mismanagement. You're exactly right by the bureaucrats, and finally somebody's looking at it. And the swamp is full of. I just don't even know how to put it in words, even, and I'm rarely lost for words, but. And then also we've got the Middle East war, and now the Hamas is breaking the ceasefire and blaming the Jews. And we just found out that the prisoners have been tortured, and Trump is wanting to clear out Gaza, and so there's just and then we have the war going on in Russia that seems to be off track as well, and there's just a lot going on, guys, a lot going on. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's exactly what the Bible said would happen in the last days. Don't be left behind. You don't want to be left behind, I tell you that.